Hey all. So it's been a couple of days. Had a bit of a bad time with some health, and also needed to reload my machine. But here to make another video, and today we're going to discuss Zorin OS. So, keeping up with our theme of Ubuntu-based distros, where they've been customized for the general public to make it easier for whatever reason, Zorin OS comes to mind. Now, Zorin OS has three editions. They have the professional edition, which you pay $40 for, roughly. It's about $39.99. They have the light edition, which is meant for older machines and workstations, and of course they have core. We're going to test out the core version, which is basically for the everyday person that doesn't want to spend money on it. So I'm going to just choose Zorin here. I know I'm going to use Ubuntu as a template, so because it would have been based on 2004 still. I'm going to go next. Just give this thing nice, to give it 5 gigs of memory, and just say create. Right, and let it boot up. Try or install Zorin. We're just going to hit that option. And by the way, in case you're wondering, I am using GNOME boxes instead of VirtualBox and KVM, just because at the moment it's a lot quicker. It's quick for me to get some OSs and videos up and running quickly instead of going next. But again, I still use the others for more complicated distros or other OSs if I need to. This is just a quick and dirty way of get up and running. So you would have seen at the start of the video here, Zorin OS was busy trying to do a checksum on the ISO, right? Other distros tend to also do that. I know Fedora used to do it, and the older Red Hat Enterprise disks would do it. That's just basically to make sure that the ISO you've downloaded isn't corrupted or hasn't been damaged if you've loaded it onto a DVD drive, if people still do that, or onto a floppy disk. Oh, what am I saying? Onto a flash drive. No one's going to load this onto a floppy disk. Well, I hope not. So, at the moment here, as you can see, we're busy waiting for Zorin OS to actually do something. Basically, at the moment, I believe Zorin OS uses GNOME or GNOME interface, and of course they have additional tools and tweaks to work around it. So what I mean by that is to just change how its general interface does look. Why would you use Zorin OS? Well, I know it's actually popular. That took a couple of moments there. So I think let's first install it, and then we can try it out. So install. I assume it's going to use a Calamares installer, or the Ubuntu installer. It uses Ubuntu installer. Right, so if you don't want to participate in the Zorin OS census, so you don't want to be counted anonymously, then you can just hit that button for your privacy. I'm just going to hit continue here. I'm just going to leave it there. Of course, often analytical data like that is generally useful for developers, so they know their product's been used, or what features are used more often. Completely up to you whether you want to use it or not. I'm just going to erase the whole disk. Why? Makes it easier. And it's not like we need to dual boot anything on this virtual machine. I'll fix the resolution once we come back. I'm not worried where I am. My name, gosh, type in an incredibly strong password here. Require my password to log in, correct. And it's copying files. So, tell you what, let me not bore you. I'm going to pause and I'll come back. So, Zorin OS still taking quite a bit of time to install, although it's been a bit delayed because it's had to download the updates and language packs that we selected during the install. But in the meantime, while looking at the website, some great reviews about the product. Really simple, easy to use. I believe Zorin Lite Edition uses XFCE, so it's a lot easier to use. And you can see the city of Vicentia. Sorry if I butchered that. In Italy, I know they've a couple of years ago moved over to Zorin and were able to extend their PC's lives. Um, a lot of apps available. The usual stuff. I mean, you can get this on any distro. I mean, let's be perfectly honest here. But it does seem they aim it uh, for the market, and it's kind of a bit of a combo of taking Ubuntu and making sure you make it simple, easy to use for a lot of people out there. Possibly polishing it up even a little bit more than we've seen from other distros. So let's take a look here. Why would you use this instead of Mint? Both different philosophies here. Mint is very much taking Ubuntu, customizing it to their desktop environments, which is, let's be honest, is Cinnamon, really. And of course, you can use other environments as well, where Cinnamon, where Zorin tends to use their existing tools that are available, and they work around it from there. So, interesting thingly enough on Pro, as you see here, the Pro Edition allows you to pick more desktop in layouts than the standard. Look, I don't want to be that person, but if you're gonna spend $40 or €40 just so you can change your interface on tools what's available for free, that's up to you. You know, let's be honest there, one of the things they've done is they've taken it, done a lot of the hard work and added it, made it easier for you. So if you want to, support them, again, paying the money is another way of supporting the team at Zorin OS. Just another thing to remember as well, Zorin OS is highly dependent on Ubuntu, so if it wasn't for Ubuntu, they wouldn't exist. And I can tell you this installation is taking quite some time now. It's driving me nuts a little bit. The FAQs on the website, this is interesting. So of course, 16 will get updates until 2025, which is basically the end of Ubuntu 2004's life before moving into extended updates. And of course, if you've purchased 16 and 17 comes out, you're going to have to purchase 17 again. That is just something to bear in mind. But I mean, you get enough stuff here with Core and Lite, so yeah, let's just see if it's installed. Okay, this is another couple of minutes. I'm sure no one wants to hear me blabber on for 3 minutes more about a website. And we're back. So something that felt like it was going to take until eternity finally says it's complete. So let's hit restart now and see what it does. Clear remote installation medium and hit enter. So let it do its thing. Let's go back and wait. Hopefully it doesn't take as long now that it's installed to boot up. Could also be a graphical issue. Could get possibly better graphics if I'd used VirtualBox, but let's wait. Oh, this looks better already. Here we go. Let's maximize the screen. Perfect. And log in with a very strong password. So I'm actually looking forward to this. So, I have a friend who basically staunch Ubuntu user. I mean, this dude uses Ubuntu and Debian and completely, but for his wife, he actually set her up on Zorin, and she's been very happy with it. So I'm actually looking very cool of this. So starting, of course, a little bit of a tour, right? This is where we're going to find apps. We're going to launch apps. Choose a desktop look. Okay, so well, before we change that, so if you click here on the start menu, this immediately looks like a Windows 7-ish type interface here. So bright though. Can I make this darker or something? But I'm gonna just press Zorin Appearance, and then it comes out. Okay, I'm first gonna layout. So there's this box here. There's this box. I changed. Okay, so the menu is a bit smaller. Oh, it's just the same thing, just with a smaller menu. Okay, that's weird. If I hit this button, oh, then it's like gnome, more gnome. Oh, hello. Okay, cool. And I hit this. Then it's like a gnome unity combo. And if I want more, I must upgrade. And okay, thank you. I'll just stick with the first option here. Check the theme. I'm gonna change the accent color to red. Other. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, what did I do there? Oh, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. I didn't want to do that. Oh, maybe if I just go here, I can reset it. I reset to default. There we go. I almost broke that. Interface, title bars, left or right. Cool. So that's configuring GNOME. So if I was to hit this button here, activities overview, like other distros and other things in GNOME, you can change this as well. You can do it in the GNOME tweak tool as well. Same thing. It's just that this looks a bit nicer. But I see no way to make this a dark theme. Okay, that's that option. Okay, it tells us it's a virtual machine, so it might run poorly. We're not connecting online accounts. We don't want to use Zorin Connect, which basically the idea behind Zorin Connect is like KDE Connect. So essentially what it does is you install the app on your phone and any notifications from your phone show up on your PC. Right, you can do that with any KDE distro. Install the tool on your phone, configure KDE on the desktop. If you don't use KDE and you use GNOME or GNOME, then there's actually an extension for GNOME that allows you to do it. So there's an app store here, which we'll go about now. Do we want to use LibreOffice or OnlyOffice? Do like the option it gives you the choice here. And I hope that we enjoy the OS. Oh, I hope so too. And now it tells me there is 478 megs of updates available, which I wouldn't be upset about. But then what was the entire point of selecting updates during the installation? Like, and what were you doing? Anyway, let's take a look at the software center. I suspect it's... Yeah, here we go. The GNOME Software Center, this thing. Yeah, an old version of it as well. So, normal Software Center, let's say you want VLC, hit VLC, hit enter, type in a password, and... Oh, hello. This is very interesting. So, you can, out of the box on Zorin, install it either as a apt-get, or there's the option of FlatHub and the option of Snap-packs as well. How interesting. So they've left in Snap-packs here, added the ability of Flatpaks. so you can mix and match as you need. It's very interesting. Most distros usually will take the one out or just leave the other one. Don't necessarily need a reason to have both installed, but that's up to you. And now I'm not a big believer in which one is better than the other one. I really think they both have their uses. Um, Resources, so it's used 1.6 gigs out of 5, not bad. CPU usage, relatively uh, decent. One or two spikes, not much to write home about. Uh, it's used 8.6 gigs for the installation, not much at all. I just want to go back here and yeah, we installed one thing and it's still busy installing VLC. Cool. File Manager looks to just be a themed version of Files, aka Nautilus, from GNOME. And here's a nice little option here. Select your properties, move into a different directory, and you can just click here to make it a little easier. I think that, and if you want to search, you guessed it, hit the search box. Make it smaller. So yeah, really, really nice, simple. Let's close that. I think let's see if there's any other additional settings. No, there isn't so far. So this, of course, is what is the default out of GNOME settings. So let's go to about here. It's 161. KVM, that's correct. We're using X11. Right. And I know why there's no dark theme. Because this is still based on an older version of GNOME or GNOME. And only later on in GNOME settings like this did they actually have that ability available. So that's what's not here. So I assume it will be in version 17. Let's just check what kernel we're using. Okay, 5.15 and July 14th compiled, so that's pretty cool there. What else is here? Just a bunch of normal games, accessories, maps. I bet you this is the yes, this is, isn't it? No maps. Yep. Oh, look there. 3.38 says older version of GNOME. So here's my thing. If you're releasing something like this and you want people maybe to go from core to the professional version, there is nothing I've seen here that you cannot do normally in another distro. You can take Fedora and you can add extensions, and after adding extensions, you can customize your taskbar. Right? And by the way, this is probably a Dash 2 panel customizer they've used here. How do I know? I use it on my Fedora install. So these actions are here. If you need to customize a taskbar. And you know what? I'm gonna say, oh, maybe this is. Oh, I'm an idiot. I had to click on this rack here to get to the dark interface. Oh well, that's good to know. But again, if it says background, right? I would have thought it was my wallpaper. You know, a lot of wallpapers these days you have these funny transitional ones, so I don't think that's clear. But maybe it's just me. Um. So essentially, what I really think is a bit crummy is hiding these different layouts, these additional layouts, and I need to purchase. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if it had something else to the distro to make it worthwhile to pay, but I mean, you're telling me someone has to pay $40 to get a start menu that looks like that? Really? I don't know. Ubuntu like, yeah. Windows 11 like, and the dock. So, yeah. I don't know. I shouldn't be sound negative here, but I I think if you're going to charge $40, add something additional into the OS. Maybe include a discount for crossovers professional wine or something. I don't know. Or a subscription service or something. But from what I'm seeing in the free version, a person can literally do this using GNOME extensions. Granted, if you new Linux and you want to use Ubuntu and you want an Ubuntu that looks like Windows, sure, go ahead, use this. I think it'll be great. It'll get you nice and started up, and you'll be glad to know. If you, however, are setting up for a family member or someone else, I would literally just either install something like Mint or normal Ubuntu, and I would just add additional extensions to do this, because this really looks like taking GNOME and adding a couple of extensions. I mean, there's still, you can see all here, I haven't even taken out Snappack here. So, yeah, I do think from a new user's perspective, it's polished. Um, and I'd love to hear from people that have actually paid for this and see if it is worth it. Maybe I'm just grumpy. But yeah, listen, thanks for watching. And yeah, take care.